how is this dialogue going to differ from historical precedent? And also, I mean, we were talking a little bit during the break, it's just about managing expectations by the sounds of it.
I think it's a little bit of that. I think this is different only in sort of how it is packaged only. Remember, every president, United States president, that is, puts his own stamp on how these dialogues are taken and are carried out. Going back to George W. Bush, Obama, now this newest iteration has 4 legs to it, and it's a new way to repackage it. But at the end of the day, it is some kind of platform for both countries to talk about issues of concerns and challenges and define areas of collaboration. On this round of talks specifically, I think the expectations aren't really all that high. You're looking at, quite frankly, going to be a number of items sold as deliverables, but they've been sort of agreed to for quite some time by both countries. You're going to see the American beef starting to go to China, and you're going to see the American market opening to Chinese cooked poultry. And maybe some financial markets changes. But at the end of the day, I don't expect a whole lot to be accomplished out of this meeting. What this will do, I think importantly, is to give both countries a platform and some mechanism to continue the conversation at a very difficult and challenging time in the bilateral relationship.
This is also a difficult sensitive time, if you will, domestically, particularly for Beijing. I mean, is there a sense that more than ever, this is a country that's really going to be using this platform to play to domestic sensitivities?
Absolutely. I think you're right. And this is not just on the China side, but on the American side, too. I think you're seeing domestic context in both countries becoming rather difficult in terms of carrying out foreign policy, but in particular, maintaining U.S.-China relations. On the China side, you mentioned, the fall is going to be an important 19th-Party Congress. There's going to be great leadership changes here in Beijing. We saw just over the weekend some personnel changes in the huge metropolis of Chongqing, which in some ways is really another sign, I think, of President Xi trying to consolidate power. So there's going to be a lot of shuffling the deck, and he may be a little bit cautious in terms of how he wants to take on and which constituencies he wants to take on in the next couple of months. In the United States, President Trump's going to focus very much on the trade deficit, as he has over the last many, many months, going back to the campaign. And I think that's going to cloud some ability to achieve some of the broader, more ambitious conversations, like pushing China to reform its domestic economy, restructuring its economy. But I think it's going to be a lot less ambitious, and it's just going to be focused more from the American side on the matter of trade deficits. So I think you're right. Domestic context is going to be very difficult, and it will be very difficult for the foreseeable future in both countries.